Hey, welcome back to Franker Farms. So, as you know, I'm not a body man, don't have a clue what I'm doing here, but I've been restoring this K1500 1983 and getting ready to sell it now. So I got a couple more things to do, and today I'll be working on the front panel here. Alright, so like I said, I really have no idea what I'm doing here. Just going off of a little bit of experience from a bunch of other things. Now what I'm thinking about doing is this here has quite a depression here. So I'm going to put a sheet metal screw in there, and hopefully then I can grab on it and pull it out, and then I can get it all cleaned up and get it lined up for welding. I think I'm going to try doing 2 of these. Not like that. Okay. Now I'm just going to try to pull on this and see if I can get it to pop out where I want it to. There we go, that's a little bit more flush. It's really hard to get a tool back in behind here. I was able to pop most of this out, but it's still a lot higher right here, a lot higher right here. This is a little bit wavy. This dent here, I don't know, I'll probably just wind up having to leave that, and then I'm going to have to patch this hole here. So, not very nice, but alright, it's the same thing. I don't have a slide hammer either, so this is my redneck slide hammer. It's almost there. I'm trying to be careful of where I'm going in here. I think I'm going to have to get one more right in the middle. That's going to be pretty weak. I'll have to weld that and patch it. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. So I think my next plan, now that I've got this pulled out, I'm going to take my zip disc, death wheel, whatever the heck, I'm going to cut into this, clean it all up, and then we're going to start welding this all. I'll plug these holes. Once I have this nice and strong again, then I can worry about moving it around and beating on it and stuff, but I'm really worried I don't want that to pop back off. So I think I may just cut a straight seam right down the middle here, just to open it up a little bit, and then I'll pour some juice in there. So now that I've heated up the metal just enough, unfortunately it started to move, so I've got to mess with this again and just get it clicked in to where I want it to be. I think I may throw a tack weld just in here and start, that way I don't have movement up here. This is solid down here, and then I can get in the middle. So I'm going to go get the welder. Alright, so I put one of my sheet metal screws in here. I'm going to use that for my grounding clamp to stick onto. And I'm just going to start laying some weld in there, get that nice and solid, and then I'll pull this off. And then we'll figure out what next to do with this thing. Seems like as soon as I get the heat right, it starts sounding good, and then it burns. Just lighten the paint right on fire. Alright, so after the first little bit of stitching there, booger welding, whatever you want to call it, still need to get a little bit more in there behind there. It's solid, but I just want to fill it in with a little bit more metal. You can see through it in a couple places still, so gonna finish that and regrind it again, and then I should be finished with that, and then I can start pulling on some of these set screws and sucking out the dents around here. And then I'll have to plug those shut, and then we can get to working on this ugly patch here. Hey bud, you gonna help? No? Alright, bye. Try not to push so hard. Well, this is working fairly well for pulling out the dent. Especially considering I don't have a slide hammer. And I'm not just going to fill it full of Bondo either, so got this little bit of rust out here, so I'm just going to do that. I have the little bit of sheet metal scrap in the shop, and I've absolutely never done anything like this before, especially with all the angles. So that's going to be really scary, but I'm just going to do it, because then I can't procrastinate. Well, that's just rotten. Alright, so I cut out my little metal piece here, and it's fairly thick steel for bodywork, and I think it's probably the same gauge by the looks of it as what I got in the truck. And basically I just put a little bend in it in my vise on the workbench, and what I need to do is I need to get it to conform to this shape. That's pretty close. It's actually pretty easy to manipulate as well. I don't have a workbench out here either. That's way too much. Alright, so I got my rust protector paint on the back, and yes, it is Ford blue. Still have a little bit of that from my last Ford. Alright. So I'm just going to go ahead and start welding this in, and then I guess I'll come along here and cut the rest out, and then I'll have to kind of hammer that in once I get this decently tacked into place, I suppose.
Seems to be going on pretty well. Probably could have been a little bit easier if I would have used some paper or something for a template, and I did think about that, but I didn't really know how the metal was going to need to bend and stretch and stuff, so this is still going fairly well here. I got a nice line there, so just going to keep on going with that.
Okay, so that's gonna do it for today. I'm just gonna shoot it with a little bit more rust paint, and then I'll have to come in here hopefully tomorrow if the weather's nice again, and put my thin layer Bondo on there. It's nice and solid now, and I've got this big crack thing where it ripped taken care of. I do have a marker light that I got for this truck to replace the smashed one that it came with, and I'm hoping that that'll just pop right in there now, so hopefully my holes line up. And this rust paint's just to protect it overnight. I'm not going to, I will sand it all down and I'll get the paint ready. It's going to look like crap without that thin layer of Bondo, and it's totally on level, but at least it's not ripped. So for not a body man, not too bad. I'm going to really rough this up and sand it with some 120 grit as well. So anyways, part 2 I'll probably get around to tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe.